YouTube, it is Saturday morning. I am on my way to work. Yes, I am self-employed. Not a boss. I'm not like Rick Ross. Not a boss. I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go first. I am a hard-working blue-collar, hope to be millionaire, so I can get back to the people, blue-collar business owner. I'm going to title this Wear and Tear. Wear and tear on relationships and what you can do to prevent that. And I may use some of my past experience. And I know a lot of people say, why do you use your past experience? Because there's a quote from George Santayana: those who do not remember the past experiences or remember the past are condemned or doomed to repeat it. Let that sit on your frontal lobe. Wear and tear on a relationship. And I'm only gonna use me as an example. When I had my first marriage, there was a lot of wear and tear. And I'm only gonna say on my end because I am taking accountability. Porn addiction, female friends. Yeah, I was young. I should have gotten married at the age I am right now. Which I am getting married again. Years and years later, much more mature man. The Bible says that when I was a child, I spake as a child, and once I put away childish things, I became a man. Usually us men don't become men or evolve into our manship until we are, quite honestly, until we hit our 40s. Something happens. Something happens. For all of you that are opposed to gap dating, hey, 40, make sure she's 30. I didn't say 40, make sure she's 20. Didn't say that at all, you know. Just FYI. But yeah, there were a lot of things that I did to cause wear and tear. Now again, I'm only going to speak on my perspective in the things I did. You know, for me to say, well, so-and-so did this and this is the reason why, blah, 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 those are making excuses. But those things cause wear and tear on relationships. And my wife now, say hello because she watches these and we have conversations about them. You know, there was an example where she said, we were reading our devotional in bed, and I said, that caused strain. And she said, oh, how so? That right there, me admitting something that she did cause strain right there. I believe that transparency needs to happen in a relationship. And if you know, there are things I do too. Hey, unfriend, block that. If that's causing strain, that's hurting me. Don't do that. You know, we get into this thing of till death do us part. And by the time we end up at the end of our marriage, it feels like we've been through a war. Where is that? Where is that biblically? Quranically? Any other book? Where is it? Where does it say that at? You know, go pretend like you're going through a war. You know, hurt each other, disregard each other's feelings. The Bible doesn't talk about that. It talks about dealing with each other in love, having compassion, husbands loving your wife, wives respecting your husbands. And me and my wife were listening to something, and I said, where is it till death do us part in the vows? Who made that up? And she said, apparently you don't believe in that. No, I don't. No, I don't. There's a slow death, which are the things that cause wear and tear, and years later, one person says, or both say, I don't want to do this anymore. And then there's fast deaths, where you know, if my wife cheats on me, that's going to be a fast, immediate death. Or vice versa. If I cheat on her, there's going to be a fast, immediate, no, this is not what we put up with. This is not what we do. And that again right there, that is Bible, because the Bible says even for instances of adultery, there's still a choice to stay. Doesn't mean you have to put up with it though. But there are things that cause wear and tear. I'm driving a manual transmission car right now, and if anybody knows about a manual transmission, there's a clutch and then there's a clutch plate. If you ride your clutch, the clutch plate gets more wear and tear until that clutch becomes useless anymore. There are things that you can do within your relationship to prevent that wear and tear. There's maintenance that you can do. One of those things that can be done is honesty and transparency. Honesty and transparency. Like me and my wife, we sat in the car, we talked about one post I did, and I said I felt as if A, B, C, and D, because I think the question was, I said, well, have I made you feel a certain way? And she paused, and I was like, no, let me know. Let me know if I've made you feel a certain way, and let's talk about this. Because I know that if certain things go suppressed, it builds up. Pressure cooker. No, tell me. And after I heard her out, I said, you know what? Let me apologize. I'm not going to even give I said this because ABC, I'm sorry. No, it was a flat out, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I made you feel this way. That won't happen again. Or when it does, you check my ass at the door. And by me saying I'm sorry and not even giving an excuse, she turned around and she said, well, I apologize. I realized that A, B, C, and D, blah, blah, blah. That cause and reaction, that positive conversation, that positive conversation that took place. And at that time, it allowed room for healing, immediate healing. So if there are things in a relationship that come up that are dissatisfiers, put that shit on the table. Put it out there on the table ASAP. Don't let it fester. Don't let it build up. Hey, you're doing, and I think as young people, when we get married too young, we don't understand how to do that. We don't understand how to do that. In our 40s, like King said to T.I., we in our 40s, we know how to stand on business. We know how to stand 10 toes down. But honesty and transparency in a safe place. And if your partner can't respectfully listen to you, there is room for counseling. I do admonish, or I do say, hey, have respect for each other in conversation. Have respect for each other in conversation. Be honest. Be transparent. Don't let stuff build up. The Bible says, I know people gonna be like, how did you say the shit word and then go to the Bible? You know, it's just a word to me, a word that gives a stronger meaning. But the Bible says that it is the little foxes, little things that build up, that destroy the pack, that destroy the wolves. Little tiny things. Hey, if someone so's hey, if I'm not picking up after myself, or I leave something, stress that. Hey, babe, can we work to resolve this? And the other person honestly work to resolve that. You know, there are ways to do life and to do relationships healthy. It's kind of like, you know, it's all around us. It's all around us that we get speed limit advisories. You know, now they blink if you're going too fast to let you know, slow down, slow down. We in Chicago, they just, you go too fast, it's boom, ticket gets mailed to the house. So why can't we implement that in our lives? Safeguard our lives. You know, back in the day, you may get slapped on the wrist with a DUI, a night in jail. Right now, that stuff is taken very seriously, to the point where it's like, no, it's that $10,000 fine. You got to put this on you because it's serious, because that can lead to almost they almost give you an immediate death of your driver's license. So severe. Certain things have got to be made known to your partner to say, hey, if you continue to do this, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. If you continue to look at porn, I am going to do and stand, like King said, 10 toes down, stand on business, do it. Hey, if you continue to do this and disregard me, this is going to happen. I think this till death do us part. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from, but it didn't say how fast the death had to be. So have respect and regard for your spouse. I'm speaking to me firstly, because I learned that, yeah, in my previous relationship, I was a strong financial provider. I was good on that. I was a good husband in that aspect, shitty husband in some other aspects. That at 40-something years old, I can honestly say, hey, no, I know not to do this. I know not to do that. I know how to make me better. I know how to make me better. I know how to honestly talk about my feelings now. I'm very vocal, even to my customers. No, we ain't about to do this. I'm shutting this whole shit down right now before I say something I don't want to say. No, I'm gonna terminate your service. But thank you for all the previous times you kept me on. Goodbye. Anyway, hope you're having a good Saturday. Don't forget to like or dislike. There was one person that said, I don't like that you riding without your seatbelt on. Thank you for that. Thank you. I will put my seatbelt on. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Peace.